People claim that they can't find someone to love, they can't find someone who will create a life with them. But there's a lot of things they don't mention, like selfishness, not having the same dream, like creating a family, a house, a home, serving each other, and just that whole picture. They skip a lot because their version of happiness means the whole world kissing their big round A. Just saying. And then there's always the argument of, well, I do more, no, I do more. It's like, you each do different things, and if you're both contributing, that's all that technically kind of matters. I mean, unless you're all both trying to contribute only the same thing, no. You really just have to pay attention and listen to something that's not you. And if you haven't noticed, selfishness has never been more proactive in the world today. Now, I'm not going to get all religious on anybody, but at the same time, it's kind of hard to not sound religious and still talk about virtues, morality, and how someone conducts themselves in the world, or their choices. Like, I do know how to make my husband very, very happy. And especially if he's already had breakfast, I usually come in after he does. And I'm going to show you what I know makes him very, very happy. This will also explain the sound. There was 2 steaks in that pan. This is what makes him very, very happy. I know what also makes him extra happy. We have the tortillas. I made a huge batch of pico de gallo. We have the cheese and the sour cream. Tacos are a way to a man's heart in so many different ways. So if you just learn about tacos, maybe you can learn about selflessness, love, and if you get one of those nice chopper things that chop up real small, it's not even like work at that point. And sometimes you gotta pound them kind of hard to push the product through the razor blades. That's just anger management. So learn to fry a steak and any accessories that go with it, and unless they're vegetarian or vegan, or heck, make fish tacos, who cares? That is the way to a man's heart. Just learn everything you can about tacos and all the condiments, and you too can get one of those romance story wrap around arms kiss before he leaves for work. That's it, y'all. That's it. There's no magic sauce. Just don't be a selfish individual who can cook just barely. I mean, it doesn't take that long to learn to fry a steak, and most steaks cook in under 12 minutes. But then that varies on thickness, so. And I'm pretty sure he will be more than happy to help you through that learning process of continuously making better and better steaks, and then either just straight eating it or making the best tacos you've ever put in your mouth. Guys, don't forget that kind of stuff. So, be less selfish. Give. Learn to cook a little. Because I guarantee you, if you make one thing well, that thing will become his favorite. Gone will be the days of when he says, my mother made it better. No, his mother can't make anything better than me. So, well, besides the fact that she's dead, but even when living, her preferred state of cooking meant opening a can of those Vienna sausages. I bake my own bratwurst, thank you. And that's also sitting in the fridge, so yeah. The simple things keep people very happy. Learn to cook just the littlest bit, and so it's fresh, warm, and feels like it does something good for your body. That's the least selfish thing that you could do. And yes, there's reciprocity. And yes, it starts to, I wouldn't say mimic those things from romance novels, but it gets a lot closer than he had a granola bar and walked out the door and doesn't want to remember who you are. You want to be the granola girl? Just saying. There's this old quote by Paul Newman that says, "Why would you ever go out for burgers when you can have steak at home?" Meaning, keep your relationships personal and don't be stepping out on whoever you're with. And if you're always going out for burgers, I feel so sad you don't have steak at home. So sad for you. Not to put too fine of a point on this, but this large container, which is as big as my head, was full 3 days ago. I have eaten out of this container one time. Unless we have a huge problem with rats walking around and opening up the fridge and eating this, we can all guess it wasn't me who ate it. 90% of it. Learn to cook a little bit. It's humility. People know it. This kind of sharing goes a very long way. And I'll have to find some other flavors for my tacos. Just to summarize the rest of this video up, based on how much pico de gallo was missing from that container, do you think my husband liked what I made? Now, we don't talk about this stuff. I mean, he might after this video, but if food disappears, I know I did good. If he knows that his food disappears, he did good and there was no other meat in the house that wasn't already cooked. And I was desperate and needing salt. But, ladies, did the guy like the food? Hell yes. That's what it looks like when they love you. That's what it looks like when they're happy with what you're doing. I mean, yeah, it kind of looks like you have a rat problem because food just disappears all the time, but maybe it only disappears all the time in my house. So what does that say about your house with your diet food and specialty whatever? And how come just regular food works and you don't need anything too special? Just consistency, and he feels the love if you bother to make the time. Make time. And then watch it disappear behind your back. It might be a nonverbal communication system, but it works for us. And hopefully one day it'll work for you too. When all your food just magically disappears that you made just within days of making it. Now, can I make a whole bucket more? Yes. Do I have time this weekend? Maybe not, but they do make pico de gallo at the food store. I could let them make it, but that would just mean my husband knows I like what he likes. I know what he likes to eat. That's all that means. And he still has gratitude for it. But will I get a wraparound kiss for it because he's amazed that we'll have like all this other good food in the house? Who knows? But humility goes a long way. Learn to cook just a little bit. Just a little bit.